Well, welcome to Great Getaways. We've got a terrific show for you today. We're up here in Sioux St Marie. As you can see, it's a winter wonderland, and what a great place to be. There's just so many things to do here, and we want to show you all of them, so make sure you stay with us.
Production of Great Getaways is made possible by Rocky's Great Outdoors. Located in Burton, Michigan, Rocky's carries a complete line of motorcycles, snowmobile, camping, and hiking gear, including canoes and kayaks. State Building Company, serving Mid-Michigan for over 50 years, with quality windows, insulation, roofing, and siding, including complete residential and commercial remodeling. Forward Corporation, operating over 30 complete convenience centers, motels, and restaurants across Northeast Michigan.
December 21st marks the winter solstice, the official beginning of winter. But it has been in full swing in Sault Ste. Marie, where we make a wintry escape to this superior paradise of fun in the snow, on the ice, and cozy times with friends indoors. Grab your Stormy Cromer, Mucklucks, parka, and gear as we head to the I-500 Michigan style.
We're here in Sioux St Marie, Michigan today, just minutes before the I-500 snowmobile race begins. This is one of the longest, most grueling snowmobile races in North America, and we're down here waiting for that start. There's people all over the place. It's exciting out here, and everybody's just anxious for them to start on the track. Now, once they get going, this is a 1-mile oval track, bank curves. They're going to hit speeds excess of 100 miles an hour around here. Goes on for hours, so it's really an endurance race as much as it is just a snowmobile race. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Keep watching. You're going to enjoy it.
The mile-long I-500 snowmobile racetrack is located on the former site of a World War II ammunitions dump for Fort Brady. When the property was acquired in 1968 from the city of Sault Ste. Marie, and in less than 6 months, a group of tireless volunteers created the track for the first Indy-style I-500 endurance race for snowmobilers. In 1969, 47 drivers qualified their box-nosed sleds for the inaugural race, and after more than 13 grueling hours of speed and handling, Dan Plank and his Ski-Doo crossed the finish line first, followed by the remaining 26 sleds. A full I-500 race today takes approximately 8 hours to complete, as manufacturers back and highlight their sleek, speedy sleds. Between 8,000 and 10,000 spectators gather to watch the machines skyrocket around the icy track as courageous drivers hang on around the corners and hit about 100 miles per hour on the straightaway. Shades of the infield at NASCAR events as race watchers park all varieties of vehicles at the track and on the bluff to get the best view as the snowmobile drivers jockey for position. Part of any great race is the fun of tailgating, and the I-500 is no exception. As a matter of fact, they may do it better than anyone, with custom-built getaways to the food that you will probably only find in the northern UP.
Okay, you come out here to the race, and there's just people all around. There's a bluff that kind of goes around the track, and you get to sit up on this bluff, and you'll see people sitting in the snow. You'll see them standing there. You'll see them in tents and chairs. Along this area, we've got a whole bunch of tailgaters that come out here and have a great time and a great party. But some people really know how to do it right. Now, you guys have come down here, and you built yourself a little shack out here. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, we did about 15 years ago. My brother-in-law does a lot of work on the track up here, and so that's him there. And he got this spot here, so we smoothed it off and built this shack. We all put a few bucks in,
and there you went. You guys come out here every year and have a great time then.
It's all family. Most of us are.
That's nice. Now, you do a lot of grilling out here, too, and you've got some good food going. What do you got going here?
We got some pheasant here. Try pheasant. This is walleye.
That's walleye. Oh, look at this stuff.
Pheasant poppers.
Man.
Try one. Those are delicious. What do you got in this now? Well, how did you put it together? In here? Mm-hmm. This pheasant wrapped in jalapeno wrapped in bacon. And this is walleye with mustard sauce. These are pheasant thighs wrapped in venison sausage.
You come out here to the race, you enjoy the race, you enjoy the food, you enjoy the camaraderie, you have a good time. You got to come up and do it.
A $20 official button gains you access to the race venue where vendors set up to keep you well fed, offer clothing to keep you warm, and memorabilia from your favorite manufacturer. We really enjoyed examining the snowmobiles of our youth as we walked among the antique snowmobiles on display. The race is the first Saturday in February, but a whole lot of events go on during race week. Who is up for the Thursday night winter pub crawl? We began in the heated hospitality tent with live music and enjoyed visiting the many bars, saloons, and lounges in the community who offered maximum fun for race fans and sledheads. Friday night is family night in the hospitality tent where the I-500 Snow Queens are crowned. After all the excitement of race day, the teams that come from all around the country, including Alaska, gather at the Sunday night banquet when the directors of the I-500 present trophies to the top 15 teams, as well as other prestigious awards to various teams and finishers. It's the time and place to share great memories and begin thinking about next year. Even when the weatherman calls for a blustery winter's day and you don't want to be out in the elements, there is great fun to be had in the Sioux at the Keewatin Casino Hotel and Conference Facility. Enjoy live entertainment, gaming, and special events. There's always something going on at Keewatin. The hotel has spacious and well-appointed rooms, and the 24-hour casino is every gamer's dream with slots and gaming tables. Hungry? Guests can choose from the restaurant, deli, lounge, or room service. Many weeks there are big names in the I-500 seat theater or smaller concerts and comedy shows in the lounge. Besides many feet of snow, the Sioux is known for its university, Lake Superior State, home to the Lakers. We were greatly honored to sit down with the president of LSSU to learn more about this exciting Northern Michigan university.
Lake State's an unusual institution. I came from Wisconsin. I'm a native of the Upper Great Lakes. Grew up in northeast Wisconsin and came to Lake State because it's such an unusual group of assets. We have 4 or 5 colleges, under 3,000 students, 45 degree programs, and an amazing history. And we're an institution that provides an unusual amount of student support. Most public universities, you won't find a ratio, in our case, of 350 employees, faculty, staff, instructors, to 2,300 students. That's the kind of ratio you'd expect to see really in an elite, private, expensive institution. And we're a public university, obviously, and we provide experiential learning in a way that an environment that students would expect to pay a lot more. Students can come here, expect to be challenged by our faculty, and get connected with the environment that we sit in between the Great Lakes. Almost all of our programs have some connection to the local environment, whether it's the political environment or the cultural landscape or the natural landscape. So it's a neat place. It's the kind of place that if you want to get the most out of your education and enjoy the natural surroundings of really the heart of pure Michigan. You think about where Lake State is located between 2 Great Lakes, between 2 countries. It's a beautiful place to come and study and get the kind of personal attention that you wouldn't find at most public universities.
With the International Bridge as a backdrop, the unique campus is a blend of modern classrooms. Students are attracted from every county in Michigan and more than a dozen states and provinces and 9 nations to the natural setting and the opportunity to earn undergraduate degrees in 45 areas of study. Tom Pink, the Director of Public Relations, gave us some personal insight to LSSU.
Well, Tom, we're up here today. We're at the university. We're looking around. What a great spot. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing. Why don't you tell them, though, tell everybody about all the different things that when students come up here, what they're going to find.
You're right, Tom. There is a lot for students to find up here. You've got Canada across the river. Students go over there shopping or they hunt and fish, extend their opportunities. Of course, there's a lot of that here. You were over in the Regional Outdoor Center and saw how the students can rent snowshoes, cross-country skis, fat tire bikes, mountain bikes for when the weather gets more appropriate for that. There is a ton for them to do, and while all of our students thrive at Lake State because of the small atmosphere, the small classrooms, the one-on-one instruction that they get from their professors, and the opportunities they get for research and working on special projects, as you saw in the robot lab, the automation lab. So all that really provides a great experience for students here, but I've found, I came up here in 1980 as a student and never went home. And part of the reason I didn't is because of the outdoor experiences here.
On campus is the Student Activity Center with 4 multi-use courts, an indoor track, and a fitness center. Students and the track, tennis, and softball teams use the facility regularly. The students not only exercise their bodies, but also their minds as they help community members through fitness programs that they are designing. And what does all this exercise and training do for the students of the community? It keeps them fit, mentally alert, and ready to endure the long winter season. Because as you can imagine, there is a lot of shoveling to do besides all the winter sports. And what is one of the favorite winter sports in the Sioux? Ice hockey, of course. Sioux St Marie lays claim to the original hockey town designation in the state of Michigan, bragging rights beginning in 1939 when the Polar Community Building was completed. At that time, it was one of the few rinks in the world to have summer ice. Red Wing greats such as Gordie Howe, Ted Lindsay, Sid Abel, and Alex Delvecchio skated there, as did the Lake Superior State University Lakers and the Sioux Indians. Polar Stadium is one of the most active rinks in the Sioux. It is open for public skating, figure skating, youth and adult ice hockey, and even preschool skate sessions. You can never start training little Lakers too early. And if ice could talk, the tales it would tell of the Central Collegiate Hockey Association victories the Lakers have brought home. An NCAA Division I champion hockey team, the players take to the ice at the Taffy Abel Ice Arena, the pride of LSSU, where their dedication and skill is shown in the amount of ice time they put in practicing. The great coaching staff works closely with the players as they strive for excellence and to please the crowd that fills the 3,800-seat arena. Besides attending snowmobile races, hockey games, and exploring the fabulous campus of LSSU, there are a lot more winter activities for you to enjoy with your friends and family. Tom met up with Linda Hoth, Executive Director of the Sioux St Marie Convention and Visitors Bureau at the Sioux Seal Recreation Area.
Well, Linda, here in the Sioux, it's just amazing all the different things that you have. And we're out here today. We're at a tubing hill, and man, this is the ultimate tubing hill.
It's the ultimate tubing hill. I said, where else can you go tubing? And then you grab it and pulls you right back up the hill.
That's what's nice, because you always think, oh, we slow down, then you got to trudge your way back. You don't have to do that.
Not here. No. The same way over at the ski hill too. Yep. Grab a line and come on back up.
Now, tell us a little bit about how this works.
Oh my gosh, they got some beautiful hills up here. Beautiful hills, and they've got different runs that you can go down, and they have all the tubes here for you. All you do is you come in, you rent them, you go out and you play all day. I said the kids love it here.
And I see you have different size hills too. You got the moderate one, and you got the steeper one over there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what, I'm going on the moderate one. I'm not going on the steep one. Yeah, and watch those kids come down there, and the laughter is so great when they're doing the fun things.
Now, something else I see is too, we got people out here that kind of keep an eye on things.
Oh yeah, you've got a great staff, and if you go inside, you've got 3 people inside, you've got staff outside, so if something were to happen, you get a hold of the staff, and they take care of it, they're right on top of it. So it's a great place to bring your family.
Now, you were mentioning you can go in, you can rent the tubes and go down the hill and get pulled back up, but you also have an area over here that if you want to bring your own sled, your own tube out, you can go down. You just don't get pulled back up, right?
That's right. It's great, though. I mean, I'm going to say this. When I was a kid, this is what we had.
Okay, yeah, that's what we were used to. And man, it's the first time I took a look at this and I thought, that's the ultimate.
It's the ultimate, I said, and you can watch the kids over there on the snowboarding hill.
Oh, you got snowboarding hill?
Snowboarding right way over on the other side, right?
Okay.
I said, and they have a ball. They have a great time. And to watch, I mean, some of this, I know one young man who was up here forever, and now he works in a ski resort and snowboarding. That's what he does.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Within city limits at the top of Minneapolis Hill, it is a city's major outdoor winter recreational facility. There are lifts available for the trip back up the hill, and don't forget to stop into the heated chalet with a concession and a view of the entire hill. Many ski enthusiasts prefer the quiet solitude of cross-country skiing, and that can be found at the DNR Algonquin Ski Trail just west of I-75 and the Sioux on West 16th Street. It's been described as a true gem of the eastern Upper Peninsula, offering vistas of trees, wildlife, hills, and, of course, snow. Skiers describe gliding along the groomed trails as heavenly, a real winter wonderland.
The Algonquin Ski Trail, it's about 10 minutes from our house, downtown Sioux St Marie. It's open whenever there's snow. You can ski at night here until 11 o'clock. They got lights for night skiing, and it's by donation. You don't need a pass to get here. There's a tube here. You can throw some money in if you're happy with the trail conditions. It's about 8 miles. There's 4 loops here. It starts off pretty flat. In the back there's some medium difficulty hills. Nothing too extreme by any means.
It's fun.
Yeah, pretty much anybody can do it. There's nothing too challenging here as far as hills go. Well, there's another trail that intertwines with this. They don't want you to, they don't want you to have your dogs on the trail, but there's a snowshoeing and dog walking trail that kind of twines through, crosses the trail several times. There's a snowmobile trail that crosses a couple times here, a pipeline that you can ski down. They do a loop that's, I think there's a 2-mile loop that's groomed just for skating. We like the traditional the best. That's better for getting off the trail sometimes. Just being outside, man, enjoying winter. Can't stay inside all winter.
No, you can't. You gotta get a little exercise, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we skied a lot here in the past. Not so much anymore, but we're going to try and get back into it. We're making a resolution. Starting today, we're going to get back on the trail more.
Sault Ste. Marie takes its trails seriously. From the narrow cross-country ski trails to the well-groomed snowmobile trails, as soon as the snow falls, the trails are prepared for you to enjoy your wintry escape. The Sault Ste. Marie Snowmobile Association grooms 12 trails in the Sioux area that provide more than 1,000 miles of riding pleasure where you can enjoy nature at its greatest wonder. Even in town, Sault Ste. Marie has recently opened up the streets for snowmobilers, where automobiles now share city streets with winter's most exciting mode of transportation. Tom was fortunate enough to get a ride along with one of the groomers, seeing just how the rough spots are smoothed over or a trail is blazed through freshly fallen snow. Many feel Michigan is at her best in the winter, and the best way to experience it is by snowmobile. One man said, "This state is just so beautiful, and snowmobiling is too much fun to even think about staying indoors."
Well, we're standing here now in the garage for the groomer in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. I'm talking with Dennis right now, and Dennis is one of the groomers out on the trail. And Dennis, I'd like to find out something about the trails themselves. So where do we start out, and what kind of mileage and trails have we got here?
The Sioux Snowmobile Association grooms about 100 miles, slightly less. Pretty much a big chunk of the eastern UP. We go from Sioux to past Kinross, over to Rayco, and partway to Paradise.
Okay, so it's a pretty good distance then.
Yep.
What kind of terrain do you get in when you're out there?
It's a little bit hilly and right in town here, but our terrain is pretty much is pretty flat around here, so it's a good place where you can get out and open up the snowmobile, and it's a lot of it is old railroad grades.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
But they can get in, then they get their gas and get to motels and restaurants and things like that when they're
yes,
in town.
yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff right on the trail in town here. So.
Okay. And Dennis, when people are out there on the trails and you're out there, now you're going a lot slower than a lot of these snowmobiles. What kind of safety factors are involved?
Well, the biggest thing is us being groomer drivers, we want the snowmobiles to slow down, acknowledge that they see us, and then and give us a chance to pull over. So the snowmobiles can safely go by the groomer. The rules of grooming is that we're not supposed to pass the snowmobile. We let snowmobiles pass us.
Okay.
So that's one thing we ask of the snowmobilers is to slow down, let everything kind of settle down, and then go drive around the groomer.
Okay. So you're trying to move aside for them so then they can get through, but they need to give you time to get over.
Right. I got to get over, pull over to a safe spot where I'm not going to fall off the trail.
Okay.
And plus there's room for the snowmobile on the other side. So.
Now you're pretty well lit up too.
Yes,
so people can see
well,
it from a distance.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. One thing I noticed is we pulled in the garage, you got a lot of signs here now. So I'm going to assume that trail out there is pretty well signed.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's one of the big responsibilities in the fall. We have to send crews out to check all the signs, cut back the brush, any trees that have fallen over.
Winter can be a very peaceful time in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, especially in some of the beautiful wilderness areas such as Keewatin Falls State Park. Sit back and relax as we take you on an aerial tour of these majestic falls in winter. We can show you how beautiful it is and talk about how much fun we are having, but you really need to experience it yourself. Take a photo, share your thoughts about the trails, and let us know on our Facebook page how much you enjoy your winter getaway. In the Sioux, you can go from the sparkling snow of a day's outdoor activities to the twinkling lights of the nightlife, and your spirits will continue to soar. The Palace Saloon is truly a Sioux establishment, opening for the first time more than a century ago. The menu has changed, and today you'll be in for a real Mexican treat. And perhaps you might want that hot sauce to keep you warm. But what has always remained the same is the Palace Saloon's amazing food, drinks, and its commitment to the local community. Maloney's Alley is an Irish pub that is conveniently located in downtown Sault Ste. Marie. It's a great stop when you're out on the trail, as the back door is adjacent to one of the ends of the Snowmobile Trail. Sioux Brewing Company is a place we love to hang out, listen to some music, have some lively conversation, and enjoy a cold, fresh beer. Freshest beer in Sioux St. Marie.
Well, we come down here to the Sioux Brewing Company. We're right in downtown Sioux St. Marie. Tell us a little bit about this place.
It is the first craft brewery in Sioux St. Marie, right now the only one actually. We started 4 years ago. There seemed to be a void because the nearest microbrewery from here is 71 miles away in Keewatin Falls. So,
Okay. Now, are most of these recipes are your recipes, or do you get
all of these recipes 100% are mine. Okay. I've never in my life brewed off anybody else's recipe. What kind of beer do you like?
You know what? I don't know. I want to try some of these other ones. I can see why people like it. That is a good beer.
And there is the legendary landmark Antlers restaurant across from the south end of the Sioux Locks, where they serve homemade northern Michigan cuisine and have a rustic atmosphere with more than 200 animal mounts everywhere in the restaurant. We certainly have had a great week here in the Sioux. From the roar and excitement of the I-500 race, the slap of the puck on the ice rinks, the challenge of young minds at LSSU, and the screams of delight as the young and young at heart make this their favorite winter playground. It was our pleasure to bring you our winter getaway to Sault Ste. Marie. We hope you're bundled up and ready to take a great getaway there. Be sure to sign in to the online adventure at greatgetaways.tv and request a free DVD and more information from the Sault Ste. Marie Area Tourism Bureau. We'll see you on Facebook and hope you stay in touch following our tweets. And be sure to check our Pinterest boards for interesting photos to pin from our great getaways. Take note of the contact information on your screen to learn more about the Sioux for your next great getaway. Thanks for sharing this experience with us.
Production of Great Getaways is made possible by Rocky's Great Outdoors. Located in Burton, Michigan, Rocky's carries a complete line of motorcycles, snowmobile, camping, and hiking gear, including canoes and kayaks. State Building Company, serving Mid-Michigan for over 50 years, with quality windows, insulation, roofing, and siding, including complete residential and commercial remodeling. Forward Corporation, operating over 30 complete convenience centers, motels, and restaurants across Northeast Michigan.